It's not. Thank you guys so much. I mean, we were waiting for this interview forever, and I was so excited about it because, as you guys all know or don't know, Santangelo Group they do the organization for the Cincy Festival. So, it dropped, last week? The names and everything? And internet went crazy. Maxwell, Mary J. Blige, Jill Scott. I mean,
to me,
oh my gosh.
RBRD.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you guys hooked it up. I mean,
I love Tamia.
I bet your ticket sales were on fire.
They're going pretty good. Yeah.
I bet they are.
Yeah.
I mean, we appreciate you. The city of Cincinnati appreciates you guys.
We appreciate you all.
So tell us, I mean, I have so many questions. I have so many questions, and we have so many topics we need to talk about. But let's talk about this lineup first. What inspired this lineup from last year? Because the last year lineup was a little bit more different.
Talk about last year.
I'm sorry.
Bring it up. Bring it up.
I have to bring it up.
Last year.
Cincy Fest last year was okay. I mean, I didn't purchase the ticket because it's a little bit different than the year before. I think 2016?
Yeah.
17 was off. It was off the chain, was it? No.
2017 was the year first.
2 years ago, yeah. So that one was great.
That was, I love
and then the other one, you kind of slowed down, but I guess I heard in the media that you had a little bit of issues with, people not wanting to do it or that kind of thing. So this one came along, and you guys just hit the pavement running.
Yeah, 2018 was like an off year.
Yes.
It wasn't something. We're proud of it, but we're not as proud of it as we could be.
Right.
So we put the word out there and invited feedback, invited criticism, and we got it.
Yeah,
you got it.
And we didn't get anything we didn't know.
Right.
But we gave the fans a chance to weigh in on it, and they did. And so we said, okay, 2019, we're gonna knock it out of the park.
It's amazing. Yeah. I can't wait. I think I'm gonna go every night.
Yeah.
I think I'm going every single night. Now, since you guys, first of all, let's talk about your title. What do you do for Santagelo Group?
Fireman, policeman,
You're everything.
You know about that.
So, it's a small organization, and I'm the director of partner relations.
Okay.
And what that is, it's like, we have the tour groups that we work with.
Okay.
So I work with all the groups.
Okay.
We have about 150 groups that we work with right now, and it's growing. And so I partner with them to make sure that we take care of them as group leaders and things like that, and then also work with the sponsors and then the vendors that we have come in as well. So
that's a lot of moving pieces.
That is a lot of moving pieces.
So because if you drop the ball, it's a wrap. So how do you keep all that?
If Thomas drops that ball.
Well, it's one of those things. Like, I come from corporate America,
okay,
and we're used to doing a lot of different things, and and I've been around the Santangelo Group for about 18 years now, and so you just kind of learn, and
that's a marriage.
Just kind of grow and just do things like that, and when something needs to be done, you step in and you do it, because we are a small group and we all wear a lot of different hats, and you don't really sleep the week of the festival.
I bet you don't.
So being that you guys are a small group, how did you get evolved to get to a point of doing events of this magnitude?
The Santangelo Group's been around different iterations for about 56, 57 years.
I can give you that number. 1987.
They started. They used to do about 35 different shows a year.
Okay.
They used to do a lot of the USO shows, with the military and things like that, as well as they done, Pink Floyd concerts, they've done Zeppelin concerts, so they've done major concerts in the past. And then when Dino, who's the one who started the company, Joe's brother, who's the current owner, passed away, they kind of scaled back a little bit. And when they did multiple genres, they started focusing on R&B and jazz.
Yeah.
And so then it just they just kept, getting smaller and more comfortable, and they're just doing that. The Cincinnati Music Festival now, which was Coors, the Nissan,
Yeah.
and Hampton Jazz Festival.
Okay.
So,
That's what it's called now, Hampton.
Well, Hampton's in Hampton, this is the Cincinnati.
Oh, I see.
Right,
So
right.
We do the two right now.
Okay.
So how many cities you guys doing festivals at then?
Just two right
Just
now.
So,
Just Cincinnati and Hampton.
in Hampton,
Yes.
okay. Now, I mean, I have so many questions. I mean, I am just so, when I first met you guys, when I had my Girlfriendz group, and I would go there and get tickets.
Okay.
And what's her name, Angela? What's the marketing girl that sold the tickets?
Franny.
Franny.
Yeah.
We would just sit down and just talk for 30 minutes about just different things of their company. I was just always intrigued with how you guys got started. So how these partners put this together and invented this thing that's this big now? I mean, they started something small, then it ended up to be something major.
Well, it started way back in French Lick, Indiana.
Okay, French Lick, Indiana.
George Weens, one of the original partners, and Dino Santangelo
Okay.
got together and put together a concert over in French Lick, and they didn't know what it was going to be. They just got together, did it, and George was more into jazz at that time, and Dino was just getting started, and it hit.
Wow.
And then they moved to Carthage Fairgrounds, and then so it's just been growing from there.
Wow. So this one little concert, they'd be like, I like this.
Right.
And this grew
Yes.
into this. Wow.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. That is amazing. And you guys do big things for Cincinnati during this concert here. I mean, because only when you guys do this concert, everybody else gets fed off of this too.
Oh, yeah.
You have restaurants, you have nightclubs, you have, hotels.
This
I mean,
is-
you guys are a huge
That weekend
money
is
maker
the
for.
biggest weekend in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's bigger than when we have the All-Star game. It's almost twice the size of the All-Star
I
game
believe it.
revenue.
I believe
The
it.
World Choir Games was over 14 days.
Yeah.
We dwarfed that.
Wow.
So you look at that, and the economic impact from that one weekend is huge because it goes basically from Erlanger up to Dayton.
Beyond.
It's amazing.
Beyond. So
It's
it's like
amazing.
you have that because we have hotels occupied in Erlanger up to Dayton.
Mhm.
And people still drive from Columbus, they drive from Indianapolis, and just drive
Oh,
back
yeah,
home.
Chicago,
Yeah.
yeah, they do Detroit.
So, we have people buying tickets from Seattle, from LA, from Dallas, from, Buffalo, Rochester.
That's part of their annual
Toronto,
budget. They
right.
work.
Yeah, you work it in there. You go all 3 nights in the package deal. You
Yeah,
just
and
go
now
all 3 nights.
we added groups in St. Louis now, we added groups in Dallas, we're adding groups out of Atlanta, Maryland, Virginia, we're working on a couple groups maybe in Miami that are going to be coming up, so.
Wow, wow. It is very exciting to see the city light up like that on that weekend. I mean, like I said, everybody's walking around with smiles, and I don't care if it's raining, we all walk around with smiles. Because we
definitely
know
something to look
it's going to be
forward to.
a good weekend. We know that it's going to be a good weekend. Now, let's go to the past.
To the past.
Let's run to the past for a minute.
There she goes again.
I know, Thomas, you want to
Don't
be
worry,
used to
I'll
that.
bring you back to the future.
So, like I said, I'm very intrigued with the business, and I followed it from history
Okay.
point of view, from the 1987s. I read up on that, and then everybody, not just you, but because like I said, when you guys suffer, we suffer too, as
Right.
restaurants and that kind of downtown suffer. 2001 riots. That, I think it took Cincinnati off the map for a little bit because everybody was scared to come here because of 2001 riots. But somehow or another, you guys had that rest period in there because you couldn't have a concert.
Right. Well, I won't even call that a riot because I was working downtown at that time. It was more like a civil disturbance. It wasn't anything major.
Okay.
I've seen riots.
Well, that ain't what the internet says.
Well, it was tough, yeah.
But there were
it was
rumors
off
and
year.
speculations about why it went away.
And it went to Detroit for a couple of years, and because of a huge base in Detroit.
So
for
you
the
guys
festival.
did it in
The festival moved to Detroit.
I didn't know that.
And because there was at one time, 20% of the people that came to the festival
Detroit.
came from Detroit.
Yeah.
So if you're at 20%, that's a big base.
Right, right.
But they came to the festival for a reason. It wasn't in Detroit.
To get out, get away.
They came. It was a weekend away and things like that.
So how'd that work out?
So it was off years when I was in Detroit, and but we learned a lot. And so when we came back, we're still, it's like come back, no one's really sure about it, no one's
Right,
sure about
right,
the city,
right.
and so we said we're going to come back and we're going to build it. Because if you build it, they will come.
Yeah, it's true.
And so we had a couple of lean years where, it's like 15, 16,000 people in the stadium. It's a big stadium.
Yeah.
And but then we started working with what we call a hospitality group in the city. So we started working with Mark Mallory's the mayor at the
Okay,
time.
okay.
So we're working with Mayor Mallory, we're working with all the city departments. We're working with the hotels, the restaurants, we're working with the police department, sheriff's department.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to change the image of Cincinnati. So we worked really hard with the heads of all those different areas to really change the image of the city.
Wow.
So like you noticed after a couple of years back, you walk downtown, you walk into a police officer and he was going to give you directions on where you needed to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He took it out of his pocket and
Yeah.
said, hey, you want to go here, here. That was part of that effort. And so now it's like, everyone's on board and looking at it. And so
It worked.
that's the model that everyone's following for all the different conventions now that come to the city. Because it's just getting everybody, every department involved because it is a city event.
Who had this idea? Did you guys have this idea to do this?
Well, we had the idea, but we didn't know how to get started with it because we knew we had to have partners.
That's why with the Mark Mallory.
And so actually he came to us
Wow.
and said, hey, this is what I want to do because we got an issue in the city and we need to change the image of the city. So he goes, okay, we're going to use this weekend as our jump off point and we're going to do it. So he called a meeting of all the different department heads around the city, called all the hotels in, called the restaurants in. Because, the restaurants were, closing at 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, they were. They
Except
were.
for,
Yeah.
Burger King
Yeah.
and whatever else,
Uh-huh.
Lucy's. And they ran out of food. So after other hotels looked at them, a couple more opened up. And then they're open till 2 and 3 in the morning. And then we're, making bank.
Right.
So then another few next year open up. So now pretty much they're all.
Yeah,
And everybody wants to be on our app. Everybody wants to be on our website.
Yeah.
Because now that's where people are going. If you're not on our app, you're not getting patronized. And it's one of those things. It's like people are going to patronize those companies that support what they want to do. So.
Now, like I said, I'm just very excited that you're here. But I know something about you guys, and I don't know how you do it, but I think because you got a big name. I think your name carries clout. Because I search you on social media, and your social media does not have a big presence, but you guys are like up here. It's crazy. Because I looked on your LinkedIn page, it's not very much going on. I looked on your some other things that you have. It wasn't very much going on, but everybody knows about you. Everybody talks about you. You're big word of mouth.
Right.
So you guys are one of the businesses that is very rare that survive not really getting into social media. That's like uncommon now these days. So how do you do it? How do you do it?
We're business on a handshake.
That's what it is.
And
Business
because if
on
you
a
look at
handshake.
a lot of the groups that we work with, they've been with us for 20, 30, some of them 40 years.
Wow.
And like, when you were talking about you being from Chicago, some of those groups up there, they're bringing 400 people. When you got 20-some groups just in Chicago.
Right.
And they're all bringing, 50 to 400, 600 people down. And then you have people coming on their own. That's a lot of folks out of Chicago.
Yeah.
Same in Detroit, same thing in Buffalo, Rochester, Indianapolis, St. Louis. So like we build these relationships with these group managers and they take care of us, we take care of them, just making sure we give them the information properly and things like that. And then we're starting to do that with just general customers.
Okay.
And so now, being small, social media wasn't something we did. We're radio,
right.
we're a newspaper, we're a magazine, we're print. And so now we're kind of flipping that a little bit and getting more into social media. So you're going to start seeing that digital footprint get larger. But again, it's like a small office. There's only 4 of us. So who's going to do that job? So it's like now it's growing. You're going to start seeing that grow because we'll really start seeing it grow as the artists start interacting with us.
Yeah.
And so people are going to start seeing that and start getting in there. So.
I was amazed by that. I was totally amazed.
So, bring it back to the future.
Bring it back.
Bring it to the future. You know, as the Jazz Fest evolves, like I know when I was younger growing up, because I'm one of the Reverends on the panel from Cincinnati, born and raised.
Was that a shot?
I know.
That was shade.
You're from Chicago, right?
Yeah.
I'm from California.
I'm
Where
from
you
Indiana.
Which is why
California.
I have to represent city. Thank you.
Your
You're
city,
representing.
Go ahead, go
Representing.
ahead. Do your thing.
Thank you. It was no shade. I was just speaking. I was saying it to preface to say that you know, speaking coming up. You know, in the earlier years, there was a lot more involvement, like with the local artists of the area too, where they got to do a lot more with the Jazz Fest, and then that started to decline. Is that going to come back? Because I know you have Mike Martin's band, you know, that comes and does that, but there are, you know, a lot of local artists in the city that
Oh yeah,
that,
we need to put all these artists out here.
that, right, I'm just saying that, you know, do other stuff. It's not just myself, but I mean, there really are other, you know, there's
Player.
Rocker,
Yeah.
there's Player, there's that, you know, have original music as well, that I know would want to be represented as well. Are there any plans of incorporating that anytime
Well,
soon?
there's always plans to look at it, and we do a contest every year. And we invite people to come in, submit their audition via Facebook through a contest that we do every year. And so we've seen like there's an act that does like 1 to 2 to 3 songs before we even start. They're local artists.
Okay.
Someone who's auditioned through that contest, and they're selected by actually some of the talent that's coming in is participates in selecting those groups. Who's going to win that talent contest? And then there's the tie stage, which P&G has outside the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
That's all local talent.
Yeah.
And so then now you have look at what we do with 3CDC and DCI. You look at the Washington Platform, not Washington Platform, but Washington Park, that series that leads up to the festival. A lot of that is local talent that we're kind of looped into as well. So there's a lot of opportunity to showcase that local talent that's starting to get out there now. It wasn't known that much before, but now that everything's becoming more tied together, it's becoming known. So you may not make it to the big stage, but you can make it to the stage outside of the festival.
Which is a great
You can make it
tip.
to Washington Park, you know, leading up to the festival. And then, who knows, you may be on that stage of the festival the following year. So there is that opportunity, and like we're always looking at talent, like people send us stuff, you know, weekly, and we take a look at it and see where we can go from that. But yeah, we are.
This is still the same 4 people looking at this?
No, we have more people looking at it,
Okay.
yeah. But you know, we're R&B based, and a lot of the things that we get are hip hop, and we're just not. We tried hip hop last
your
year,
brand.
and you know, people didn't.
Well,
respond.
hey,
It wasn't true hip hop.
now I do
It wasn't
love
true hip hop. Right.
Dougie Fresh.
Right, but if you look at Thursday night, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah,
It's throwback.
yeah, I
you know,
love
it's
that.
like,
Love it. Kick a Capri, no,
Right,
yeah.
Kid Capri, you have EPMD coming this
Oh,
year.
yeah, this
You
year,
have,
it's gonna be different.
Yeah.
I got the
Yeah, I think
chill.
a lot of it, I think the R&B, I mean, I can speak, you know, for myself and a couple other artists that I know, we didn't know.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have changed hands in 3CDC, so, whereas we used to be able to do the Washington Park and know who to get to.
Right.
First it was Marvin doing it, it was Christy doing it,
Mhm.
then it was like somebody else, and you send it, and it's like, so I think a lot of that, why you're just getting that, is
Yeah.
because nobody knows how to
And when's
submit
this
it.
contest? When is this contest?
Let's see, it's gonna
No,
start.
you know you're gonna be flooded now, don't you?
No.
Y'all welcome.
I won't be, it's not my email box.
Well, Franny's gonna be
You can start
flooded.
sending it now, but the contest, well, what we'll do is tell you, redirect you at when the actual date of the contest starts. But we'll start listening to it now, so.
Okay.
That's a good thing.
So when I get back to the office, I'll make sure that we put it out there when
Yes.
the contest is starting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how to get.
Well, they listening to you, so they gonna know.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna spread across.
Don't
And you got an
forget.
artist in here, and give it to me. Give it to me, what say?
Let me quit.
Okay.
I'm silly.
Now, back to some more information.
Uh-huh.
Now, Thomas, you know this is going pretty smooth, isn't it? Yeah.
So far, I'm just waiting for that shoe.
Right. I think you gave him a shoe in the beginning.
So, let's talk about artists.
Yes.
Some of the big names you guys work with. Who is the most generous? Who is the most nicest? Who is the, girl. Or, you know.
Well, see, I can't even do that.
I'm
people cancel on that.
I ask the question, you can say no. I can say no. But who was nicest?
Let's see.
Who's nice?
Of the ones coming this year that I've worked with before, all of them.
Okay,
No,
so
that's it.
I have a
That's
question.
it.
Out of the artists that are booked for 2019,
Yes, ma'am.
do you, how many came to the Santangelo Group, said, I want to do this, versus the Santangelo Group
Good
looking
question.
for artists
Yeah.
saying, will you perform?
No, we're booked this year. We're actually looking at next year already.
Oh,
So we go after them.
you got to be good.
Because, a lot of times artists, they may want to play an event, but where does it fit in their schedule?
Right.
Do they fit within the show that we're trying to put together? So it's kind of a combination.
Now, do you guys like any of the newer artists, younger but newer, not really the R&B, but a mix of, because now they got a mix of rap and R&B together, like Knott is one of them. What's his name? The one that's in Get You. What's his name?
Daniel
Caesar. They have a mix of different of music, R&B. How you guys feel about that?
Yeah, we're open to a lot of different things now, because if you look at well, you don't see it. If you're on the stage and let's say the stadium's lit up,
Okay.
you can see the demographic of the crowd.
Okay.
And the demographic is starting to shift a little bit.
All right.
And so it's going where it was an easy 55, crowd. It's not so easy anymore.
Right.
And so in order to bring those, 25 to 35s and keep them there, you have to shift a little bit.
Okay.
And that was part of what we tried to do last year a little bit. And not to say that's the wrong idea, it might have been the wrong acts.
Okay.
And so we still have to look at that, something that's going to bring those 55 plus in, but that's also bringing that younger crowd, because once you get to the crowd, and they're going to start slowing down how often they come, and if they stay both days, that type of thing. You got to replace that if you're going to continue to grow.
It seems like there's an understanding now, or assumption now, that Friday and Saturdays for the younger crowds, and then everybody, the 50 and older, they wait till Sunday. I mean, people still think about it that way.
Right.
That the acts, the jazz or the throwback old school acts, then people say, well, I'm just going on Sunday, or instead of looking at the whole lineup.
No, we're trying. Our thing is we want everybody 3 days.
Yeah, exactly. The whole 3 days.
I think it was, I might have the year wrong, so forgive me if I'm wrong, but I know it was a year that I think you guys did an excellent job of doing exactly what you just said. You had Molly Music, then you had Sunshine Anderson, and then Jill Scott, like kind of all in that same night, but it was kind of like new, because I hadn't heard Molly Music, but I wasn't hip, and I was like, I became a fan that night. Then I wouldn't have been, but I am now. But it was him, and then she came on, and so she was kind of intermediate, and then you had Tried and True. So I think that you guys have been doing a really good job at bringing that flow in.
Oh yeah.
That's why you look at this year, you look at Major on Saturday night. How many people know about Major?
No.
Major got a set of pipes on.
Yeah, definitely.
Now they can sing.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is an introduction.
Mm-hmm.
To where now he's an opening act.
Right.
But in 2 years, he might be, third or fourth.
Exactly. Exactly.
And so it's so we are introducing those younger acts, as they tie into the entire show. So when you book your headliner, they're going to say, well, I want to be on, have you talked to these people? They will ask you if you've talked to certain people.
Right.
I toured with them, I really like them.
Okay.
They won't say you have to get them, but
They'll
I really
kind of
like
suggest.
them. We work well together.
They're quite lovely.
Exactly.
And sometimes it makes perfect sense, but sometimes it just doesn't, So.
Now, last year, I've never seen this young man in concert before, but last year, he kept me on my feet. Common. Oh my God. Common, I was like floored. He rapper, of course, but he had old people up on the ground just dancing. He just mixed it up in that New York kind of vibe thing. Right. It was off the chain. I love it.
He's been around for a while.
He has.
Look at, who he learned from.
But is that his first time here?
first time here.
Yeah, I thought so, because I've never seen him before, and I was floored by his performance. It was like amazing.
Yeah, but if you look at what came out in New York back in the day.
Yeah. Oh my
and
God.
that's where he learned.
Yeah.
Was through that.
Yeah.
And so he knows how to take it back.
Right.
And
he took us
then
back.
he's doing so many things now, with the movies, with the voiceovers,
And you forget he
with
can
the,
rap. You forget it because he do so many things with the movies and everything.
Right. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's what?
He's beautiful.
Go to your room.
Shout comment. Here with Broncos, Chicago,
You don't sit you to your room.
to the corner, huh?
I'm sorry.
Where do you go?
But I must speak the truth.
Oh my God.
No, I'm gonna tell you another one that's awesome. It's Nas. Nas is another one that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so I have a question. Angela, have they considered, hold on one second.
There you go, Angela.
I'll go to question. Angela. Who's Angela? Oh, that's her name. Angela. Hi, Angela. Say hi, Angela.
Hi, Angela.
Have they considered building a larger stage to attract the current artists? Have you considered building them? So I think she's talking about the Paul Brown Stadium. The stages are too small, she thinks, I think. But I guess that comes in.
It's like the formula that we use. Like you can go to a larger stage. Let's say if we took if you look at our stage, it's pretty big.
Yeah.
But we have the mixing boards and everything in the center of the stage.
Right.
And so we have stage right, stage left. And if you go to like a larger single stage, what happens is that the slow shows down.
Okay.
And you can't have as many people in a night because it takes a half hour to turn that stage for the next act.
Mm-hmm.
So where we can turn a stage in 5 minutes,
Right.
now you take it to a half hour, and then you're like 2, 3:30 in the morning. Like if you go to Jazz in the Garden, which I love Jazz in the Garden because they do a great job as well, but they have a single large stage, and you can be there till 2:33 in the morning. And wait for the headliner to come on because of the time it takes to turn that stage. And so we want to get in and get out because we have guidelines that we have to follow as far as noise in the city.
Oh yeah,
done by a certain time.
Right.
So before we get fined, that type of thing. So 12:30 we want to be done.
So I think the answer to the question, Angela, is that the smaller the stage, the quicker they can turn the stage for the next artist to come on. So if they're too big, it's hard to turn the stage at a quick manner.
The other thing too is, from an artist standpoint, the bigger the stage, the more you got to do on the stage.
Cover the ground.
Right.
Baby.
Great question, Angela. Thank you. So now that we have the festivals all set up, are you guys also a part of the parties that go around them? Like, I know that they have something that Paul Brown modeling show at the top. Are you guys a part of that also too?
Thursday?
I think it's Thursday night.
Thursday night, yeah, that's us.
That's you too.
Yeah, so that's when we'll have Kick Free, Slick Rick, and EPMD. They'll be there Thursday night. We'll have Chanel. We'll have her modeling troupe there.
That's
as well.
that's who does that.
And
Okay.
we'll have vendors there. It's like we talked a little bit earlier about some of the things we do in the community. It's like Mortar is one of the groups that we work with, and they work with aspiring entrepreneurs. And so we work with support with them, so we give them an opportunity to bring their wares in and showcase them.
Wow, that's great.
And part of the proceeds will go back towards that organization to help the entrepreneurs, grow and things like that. They have classes for them. They, give them office space and things like that. So
Right.
that's important to us because we are a small business basically ourselves.
Right.
And so to help that grow the city is important. Then we look at through initiative with the CVB in the hospitality arena.
Right.
Part of the proceeds from Thursday night goes back into that for scholarships.
Oh, nice!
For
Wow.
students that want to go into hospitality.
This is the kind of thing people need to hear.
Yeah, and that's great.
We do things like, and then we work with the Urban League, we work with NAACP. So we work with a lot of different organizations that we really don't talk about. We just do it because that's who we are as an organization.
Right.
But as we talked about earlier, we have to start quantifying that, and so people know what we do because it's like you can't do everything.
No.
But you want to work with organizations that work with people.
Right.
And so we can't get out there, so we want to work with organizations that can get out there and work with people.
Right. And it's always good when you're giving back also too.
Yes.
Because like I said, Santangelo Group has done a lot for Cincinnati. Even when they're not trying to do something for Cincinnati, they are. Because you're bringing business in here. Everybody's getting fed from it, which is a great thing and stuff.
Oh, you look at the economic impact of that weekend, it's upwards around $70–80 million. Just for that weekend. And it's probably a little higher
That's
than that.
lottery money.
Well, as I said, different studies that come up with different numbers. One number is like 100 million, one's like 70–80. But with that, it's jobs.
Yeah.
That is businesses getting jobs, things like that. And with the groups coming in from Chicago, they want to host a party. So what we do, we find a venue, help them find a venue to have a party.
Right.
They may need a caterer for that party. We help them find that. So things like that. So we try and if they come into Cincinnati and want to do different things for the people they bring in, we hook them up with people in Cincinnati that help them with that.
I'm amazed by it.
And so it's like, it's a win-win for the city. And it's like I say now, it's from Erlanger to Dayton beyond to Naptown, it's just growing that impact. And like with Festival 513, a lot of those vendors that come up from that have been out of town, so now more local people are starting to get into that now. So then you look at the, Taste of Soul on Fountain Square.
Yeah.
All that's
Is
local.
that you too?
That's through the CVB.
Okay.
But it's built around the festival, so all that's local town.
And CVB, Cincinnati Visitors Bureau?
Yes. And that Vibe initiative.
Now I've been trying to get them to come sit down and talk to me too.
She won't talk to y'all.
Well, they didn't say that. They didn't say they was not going to.
No, I said
they want to see how Tom's going to do. No, not at all. You know what? Hey, I've nothing but good energy. I think it's a great purpose when someone is bringing this type of thing in.
They're doing a good job because they're a strong partner with us, as well as you look at what they've done with the the black and brown conventions that come to town.
Yeah.
They've done a good job with that.
Oh, yeah.
And they've been a partner working with the hotels and with the restaurants as well, because they're part of that total hospitality group. Because that's their business, it was bringing people into the city. So we work with the Regional Tourism Network as well. We work with the CVB, we work with the state tourism direction, things like that. So it's pretty big. So you may not.
So you're a small company, but you're a big company.
Because it's all partners.
Right.
It's like because we have the same goal is to make Cincinnati a place that everybody wants to come to.
That's amazing.
It's like I just booked another family reunion as part of the festival.
Oh.
I wanted to buy tickets for their family reunions. I said, I can sell them to you.
Wow.
Yeah, so we have a number of people that they host their family reunion in Cincinnati every year.
Yeah.
So.
How cool is that?
Are there any plans to do anything outside of the Summer Fest this particular weekend? Something during
Like
the
something
year?
in the winter. Something in the winter.
Talking about it.
No, because
like,
my thing is, I've been here 23 years, so I've seen things that were in existence that I didn't know, not being from here or whatever was going on. Something's kind of gone away, and it got to the point where there was almost nothing for people of color to look forward to in the city, and it felt like it was almost on purpose. And then this started to come back and build, like you said, but it still seems like the only well-organized thing for I'll say black people for in Cincinnati to look forward to doing the plan, and it would just be nice to see something this big, this well-organized throughout the year.
Right now, we're looking at opportunities that we may jump on to grow, and where we were like huge before, now we're like small, we're a well-oiled machine. So now we're looking for opportunities, potentials that we may step in and do different things. So that is something that we are considering right now.
You know what? This has been an amazing interview.
So, we got to go through that lineup,
Oh yeah, let's go through the lineup.
Do it.
But hold on, the questions I asked you, did you get to my question? I'm not done yet.
Questions?
The Girlfriendz Network.
No, I want to know one thing, Tommy. So, what are you gonna do now that they see your face on Facebook and all these social media things, and now they know who your name is? Tommy Knott. They know his name and everything. Yeah. So, what about all these calls you're gonna start getting?
You don't get any calls.
Oh, you will.
He is so unbothered. And everything. He's like, no, you're not.
He's like, I ain't had no two of us.
But that's how you have to be,
until you go back to work, it's like, Inga, my phone. You need to stop making my phone ring.
So, yeah, it's just, it's like, with the job, it's like, it's, part of it, we want people to talk to us, because that's how we learn things. And that's how we grow in what we do, is listening to people. And everything's not going to be good information, but it's all information.
Right.
And within everything, we can learn something, whether it's good or bad information, we can learn something. We can glean something from that. And just like when we look after this past, July, we took a lot of information in.
Yeah.
Some people are still calling. And
like, dang
I'm
it.
just like, it's over. But we look at that information and we use it, and we grow. Like the information about social media, I'll take that back. We'll use that to grow. And
you're gonna blow up when you do it.
And so it's just one of those things, like getting it, more interactive and things like that, and just exposing ourselves to more people, because we were just Cincinnati now. And doing different things to get our name out there and get out there who we are and what we're about. We're not just this organization who just wants to sit. And swear. We want to be out there. We want to provide a good
product. But you are out there. You are out there.
Right,
you are out there. Everybody sees you. They see what you're doing for the city. We thank you for doing that. But before we start ending things, though, we got to do Christmas gifts. Who's favorite for Christmas gifts? You got the thing together? Where's it at, babe?
Paper I gave you. And 3 more names here.
Okay, so
Three more.
Okay, so I'm gonna. You guys tear it off, and we gotta put it into the thing, and then we're gonna give out some gifts. So we have local vendors in the city that I need to tear those off. Make each one of those.
All right, I gotta look and see who all checked in here.
Okay. And so we'll put it into a little box, and we'll pull some things. So we'll let Thomas pull.
Well, wait a minute.
What's that?
Cause I still gotta do all mine. I thought we were gonna do it like after, but.
One more minute, gonna give some Christmas gifts. Who's ready for Christmas?
Wait, are these the
Keeping them all together like that.
Are these are the
I'm gonna need another sheet of paper
people
then.
who are giving?
No, oh, no, get over
Yeah,
there.
not these, right?
No, Yeah, these are people that are giving.
Right. These are
That Nikki?
Erica?
No.
Okay.
Yep.
So just not that one.
Wait a minute, I got a lot of people on mine. I gotta write down. It's gonna be a minute.
I'll just put some in here. All right, so
There's some on the back and then some on the front.
All right, guys, hold on.
Each individual, we need to separate each name, each line here. That's gonna be a little hard.
Yeah, we should have did
Wrote
it.
on.
No, they just love out of love.
Yeah.
Loveville.
That's called an executive decision.
Steven Sanders.
Yeah.
We're rewarding you for watching.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in.
So next year we'll do this ahead of time.
Well, we can't do it ahead of time.
We can't do it ahead of time.
We'll just
They
announce it
got only when they tune in.
Yeah, we'll
They
do
get
it.
the
We'll
tour.
do it after next year. It's fine.
All right, so there's 2 names on this.
Right, every other one.
Yeah, or every third one.
Wonderful.
Because it's random.
Okay. You got some in here.
No, not that one.
Okay.
There's
So
Dale.
let's pull.
Wait a minute, we can't pull until we get all the names.
Are you spacing them
We
out
can
enough
still
for us
get.
to
We have a
tell?
lot of gifts to give away. Let's pull. Pull one. Huh?
Still not fair unless they're all in there though. You might as well not.
Yeah,
How many more you got, Ingrid?
I got quite a few because it's like a.
We still got a lot of gifts though to give away.
So his tearing skills are impeccable, you guys. It's that corporate training there.
Nelson.
Okay, this is a bottle of wine by Marco Benign Wines, Fine Wines, a local vendor in Cincinnati, Ohio. There are cards in here too that you can call and order more wine. Very good sweet white wine from them. So we're gonna pull somebody's name for that. We will inbox the winner.
And there's a $50 gift certificate from Taste the World in Cincy.
Okay, and this one right here is a 30-day pass to the Woodlawn Rec Center. The person that wins that will also inbox you for that. 30 days, free gym. They have basketball courts, free weights, and all that kind of stuff too. I think we should show the gifts. Black Clucks. How you pronounce that?
Black Lux.
Black Lux.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. A t-shirt, beautiful t-shirt from Black Lux. Local business also too. On Hamilton Avenue. Her card is also in here. Also too. We'll pull names for that also too to give away. We have the artist, Hilaire. He gave a t-shirt also too. He'll be at the Redmore on the 28th of December. So, and it's a black and silver event, black and silver t-shirt. You can wear that there. So we'll pull names for that also too.
We also have me, hi, the artist, Ingrid Rachel Project. I'm also giving away a shirt, and I will also be headlining at the Redmore on the 28th.
Yes, ma'am.
So for the Black and Silver event, so all of that information will be on my page, on Ingrid's page, on Dwayne's page.
On everybody's page too.
Yes, everybody's page.
And then, oh, this is cool. Fem Porter, Nikki Lawrence, a local business in Cincinnati also too. She's giving away a cute little shirt. Isn't that cute? So we'll pull for that also too. And don't forget, guys, we'll inbox everybody on the site.
So we won't pull till after, just so we make sure everybody's in the bin. So don't
yes. Couple more. Oh.
We're also raffling away a ticket to the Redmore event on the 28th. So that'll be raffled as well, and we'll let the winner know.
This is a local business in Atlanta, Georgia. In Atlanta, Georgia. It is shea butter. He makes it from a company in there in Atlanta, but this is the best shea butter you could ever have. I mean, it keeps his oil and everything. And he gave away his card also too. And then there's on his little card, it shows the other flavors of the shea butter. Divine Concepts is the company, and this is Juicy Mango. So that's going to be given away too. Few more. And of course, Girlfriendz Networking Group. You know I own a lot of companies. So Cincinnati Hip Hop Spin, where we at right now. Spin t-shirt. Also too, one free pass to get in on one of the spin days. I'll have that also in the back. And let's see here. Another t-shirt for my events. Erotic Poetry and Wine t-shirt. Cute.
It's lovely.
You start that back up. Valentine's Day, another Erotic Poetry and Wine
Somebody
event.
was just asking about that.
Yeah. We'll start Valentine's Day with that. Last thing, of course, your own Girlfriendz Networking Group t-shirt. All right, guys. Those are all the gifts for Girlfriendz ChatCorner Christmas giveaway. So we have a lot of gifts to give away. We have a lot of names, so thank you guys for tuning in.
Wait.
Yeah, but before we go, we're going to talk about the lineup Thomas Knott has to say about the festival.
Right.
I moved up way.
The festivals for
The festivals.
Best of us.
All right, Thomas. So tell us about the lineup and who's in it.
Thursday night, Kid Capri, Slick Rick, EPMD. Friday night, Maxwell, Earth, Wind and Fire.
Yes.
RBRM, Robbie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that one.
I don't want to call him Bad Billy Bow. I like that one better.
Bobby Brown.
Bobby
Yeah.
went in there though,
Yeah.
yes.
Then you have Tamia.
Tamia, yeah.
Yeah, Tamia. And then Raheem Devon.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's
I
like,
know.
no one could be Luther like Luther, but Raheem.
Right, Divine can do
Yeah.
Luther. Yes, yes.
So then Saturday night, you have Frankie Beverly. And Mae's
Frankie!
coming back. Mary J. Blige.
Yes.
And you have
And
Ohio.
that's the old Mary J. Blige, the new one now, because you know she got divorced, so now she's the old Mary J. Blige again. Okay, I'm sorry. That was messy. That was messy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love Mary. I love her now.
Anyway, sir.
Send all mail to Inga Anderson, Girlfriendz Network.
Inga said it. I'm sorry, Thomas, go ahead.
Ohio players.
Yes. Boom, 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 boom. Okay.
So, yeah.
But Ohio players, remember back in the day, well, you probably remember me, I'm old, so I don't know what. Stop it, Ingrid. It was a roller coaster. It was a rumor back in the day that when Ohio players played that song, Roller Coaster, Roller Coaster, that it was a real person on a roller coaster that was dying because she fell off.
That was the person screaming?
It was an urban myth. It was an urban thing. It wasn't true, but it was.
Yeah.
What did she have?
Trying
What
to
did
get
she
things on a
have?
bad name.
Right.
They gonna need you to put that wine up.
Well, I haven't had any wine yet.
Christmas giveaway wine.
You know what?
Was it supposed to be 2 bottles?
I know. Greg did give me 2 bottles. No, he gave me 1 bottle. I'm sorry. Sorry, Greg. Hey, that wine was good. I'm just kidding. I didn't drink that.
So it's going to be a tight show.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. I'm pretty sure you're going to be there, aren't you?
I'll be in the building somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be working. So.
Walkie-talkie, cracking
Yeah.
it whip.
So we may as well get it out the way. Are you married or single or what are you?
You know it's coming.
He's like, Inga asked me questions.
And she asked me, I'm in a relationship, yes.
Okay. He's in a relationship.
He answered.
Well,
Yes, I am. Very happy in a relationship.
I saved you a lot of stress. I really did.
It's one of those relationships that was fostered by God. So it's like, yeah.
Wonderful.
That's good.
You're not single. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So anything else we want to talk about before we go?
We love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Next week, we will be doing another giveaway as well. So, double your chances of getting some.
Oh yeah. Just got to tune in. Put your name on the thing and say you was here. We won't know if you stayed or not, but you know. But next week we have Corey Blunt in the house.
We gonna get
Play for the
next
Lakers. We play for the Lakers. Play for the Lakers. What else? Bulls. What's that, Cal? UC. My husband's in the back going, UC, don't forget UC. So he's going to be here. And like always, we appreciate you being here. Your information was really exciting. I hope you liked the interview. I hope you had a good time doing the interview.
It was fun.
Hope it went too hard on you.
Oh, no, you were gentle.
And I hope you had a good time.
Yes, we like to have fun here at Girlfriendz ChatCorner.
I know.
It's
But like all shows, it comes to the end.
Yeah, we gotta go. We love you though.
Thank you so much for tuning in. See you next time on Girlfriendz ChatCorner. 6 o'clock Thursdays next week.
Yep.
See you there.
Bye bye.
All right, thank you.
I finished right here.